All right, let's try something a little different today. Forget just looking at lines of code. We're actually going to go on an adventure and tell a story all about Python strings. Let's get started.
So, I want you to imagine something. What if you could step into a world built entirely out of text? A universe where everything, every building, every road is made of letters, numbers, and symbols. Sound cool? Well, are you ready to jump in?
Every good story's got a hero, right? Well, meet Pip. Pip is a super curious coder, probably a lot like you, who's just stumbled upon a portal to this brand new world. We're going to tag along and see what Pip's about to discover. Okay, here we go. Pip steps through that portal and, wow, they find themselves in this incredible sprawling city. This is Stringland. So what in the world is a string? Well, in Python, it's just a sequence of characters. But here in Stringland, I want you to think of it like a street, with buildings all lined up in a row. And to build one of these streets, you just wrap it in single quotes, double quotes, or hey, for those really long, complex avenues, you can even use triple quotes.
Okay, but this place, it's huge. How is Pip supposed to find their way around? They're going to need a map, right? A way to find any specific building on any given street. So, how's our little coder going to navigate this place?
And just like that, a map appears. Now here's the secret to Stringland. Get this, every single building has 2 addresses. Yep, 2. You can count from the beginning of the street, starting at address 0, that's what we call positive indexing, or you can count from the end of the street, starting at -1, and that's negative indexing. It's a really clever system, and it makes getting around a breeze.
So as Pip starts exploring and getting the hang of things, they discover something. There's a fundamental rule in this world, an unbreakable law that governs everything.
So Pip spots a building. It's the character E at address number 1. And they think, I'll do a little remodeling. They try to change it into an A, but nothing happens. The world itself seems to push back. The building just won't change. And then this mysterious message starts to form in the sky.
And there it is, clear as day. Type-arrowed string object does not support item assignment. Pip has just run headfirst into the unbreakable rule of Stringland spoken in its native tongue, Python.
This huge idea has a name, immutability, and it is absolutely crucial. It means once a string is created in Stringland, you cannot change the individual buildings. It's set in stone. Now, that might sound like a limitation, but actually, it's what makes this world so stable and predictable.
But hey, don't worry. Just because Pip can't change existing streets doesn't mean they're powerless. Oh no. Pip is about to learn some seriously powerful magic, spells that let them create brand new streets from the old ones. Okay, magic spell number 1 is Concatenation, and it uses the plus sign. Now, in the world of numbers, 1 + 1 is 2. Simple. But in Stringland, this spell doesn't add, it joins. So the string 1 plus the string 1 creates a whole new longer street, 11. Next up is the repetition spell, using the little asterisk. This is basically a cloning spell. It's awesome. Pip can take any string like hello, cast the spell with a number, say 3, and instantly create a new, much longer string that's just hello repeated 3 times over.
And now, for what might be the most powerful magic of all, slicing. By specifying a start and an end address, Pip can create a perfect copy of any section of a street. For instance, from the street computer science, the spell MySubject916 magically summons a brand new, totally independent string, science.
With these spells mastered, Pip's power is growing. They now have access to a full toolkit of gadgets, or as we call them in Python, string methods, to investigate and manipulate Stringland in even more amazing ways.
Let's take a look at a few of these tools. The .lower gadget takes an all-caps street like hello and rebuilds it for you in all lowercase. The .replace gadget is like a construction crew, swapping out every O building with a star. And check out .split. This one is a game changer. It acts like a demolition tool, breaking a street apart at every space to create a whole list of smaller individual streets. Pip has learned the rules. Pip has mastered the magic. Now it is time for the final challenge, a series of puzzles to test everything our curious coder has learned on their journey through Stringland. For the first puzzle, Pip takes the street Computer Science and casts a tricky slicing spell, 2 colons and the number 2. This tells the magic to start at the beginning, go to the end, but only visit every second building. What new street is created?
The magic works. Pip hops from building C to M, then M, U, then U to E, and so on, skipping one building each time. The result is this brand new string, CMUES scene.
Okay, now for some more advanced magic. What happens if Pip uses a negative step? My subject with 2 colons and a -2. What does this backward hopping spell reveal?
This is so cool. This time, Pip starts at the very end of the street and hops backward, still skipping every other building. This reveals computer science, but backwards and with letters missing. ESSIC CCRTP. Incredible!
For the final puzzle, Pip uses one of those gadgets from the toolkit. They cast the Starts With spell on computer science and they ask one simple question. Does this street begin with the sequence comp? Is the answer true or is it false? And the answer is true. The gadget glows green, confirming that the very first buildings on this street are indeed COMP. Pip has passed the final challenge. Pip's journey has given them the tools to navigate, understand, and create within this world of strings. They've learned that unbreakable rule of immutability and the powerful magic of operations and methods. So the real final question is for you. Now that you understand Stringland, what new worlds will you create?